Welcome to The Insider, where we'll feature San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy, a campus that has been home to freshman students and students pursuing special interests since the school first opened its doors in 2004. Providing support for the transition period from middle school to high school, the campus provides a foundation for a successful high school career. Campus Principal Gilbert Gaban sat down with us to talk about the great things happening here at this campus.
Our campus, as you've seen it, is one of the most beautiful campuses in the valley. It starts off with central, our main office. Then we have pods, pod A, pod B, pod C, pod D, E, and F. And it's almost like a community college, if you really look at it, because we have lecture rooms. We have one here in the library, lecture room. We have two other ones, and pod, I think D and C. We could be a community college. It's so unique. VMA is built to where in the future we could be a college-ready high school. It is so unique. It is so diverse in the way it was structured. The structure of the building, it is the way it was designed. It's just like an open community college. I want to get my students college-ready, and we have been doing real good. Last year, we started the TSI testing here on our campus. They no longer had to go to the high school or to TSTC. Now we do our own testing here at VMA. And our main goal was to get them to start dual enrollment college courses spring semester, and we got it approved. We started the process. It's going to be first come, first serve. 55 students will be eligible to start college. Whoever takes the testing will start today. We have 3 sessions. As soon as they pass the test, they pick up their packet to register for college. And first come, whoever turns it in, the first 55 will be starting college, and we're making history at VMA. First time that they will start dual enrollment their freshman year, not at the end. Now they start in the spring. We have several programs here. We have the nursing program. We have the law classes. We have the class itself has a miniature courthouse, and especially the medical section. It is doing great. The media productions. We have the ACT building also with the ACT farm. We have students coming all day from the high school. So we service not only the freshmen, we have sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And at this point, all the classes at the high school have been my freshmen I went. So it's really unique because I know all the kids. So it's exciting. They come and they miss VMA. We're a large school, but we have the facilities. We have a dance studio also that we utilized. And we have a lot of little lecture rooms and we also have an area on FPOD. We have 4 classrooms that are set up for staff development. And we have ongoing staff development all year long at VMA for the whole district. Now we have 1 full-time, and he's working with a migrant teacher. He's working with the after-school program director, Mr. Farias, and just helping in all areas, not just the parental involvement, but also with all the programs that we have here. Because in VMA, we're a team. We work together, support each other, and make it successful, not for us, for the students. That's our first priority. Community School has been a big success for VMA because we do have children in need, families in need. They not only help the students, but they also help the families in many areas. When the funds are available, they research. She helps us with home visits. She helps us with making sure they go to tutoring. The migrants, all students, communities in school is here for the entire staff, the kids, the students to work with them. And she goes above and beyond. She helps us with the quinceañera. She helps us with fish camp. She helps us open house during meet the teacher night, open house. She's very accessible, and we need the program. It's doing great. Oh, fish camp is awesome. And it's very unique. We provide shirts for them. They have their VMA shirt. We have workshops all about registration, and we have a photo booth. We have a dance. ROTC performs for them, the cheerleaders, the dancers, so they really get to meet each other. And we love it because they get to know each other right away. And we say it's three rivers coming to BMA. We have Berta Cavazza, Melo Jordan, Riverside, and they start off kind of staying with their school, but at the end of the day, they have united, they know each other, they made friends, and it's easier for them and for us the first day of school. I love my community, San Benito, my first choice. And I thought, this is the year of the quinceañera, el año de la quinceañera. So we started 2 years ago. The first year we had about 8 or 10 girls participate. We had a quinceañera. Last year we had 33 girls participate. And it's an awesome project. It's a community project. I had donations. I had 32 dresses donated for the girls. And we help all the girls that their dream is to have a quinceañera. And, you know, it's cost effective, it's expensive. So we started working on it, getting donations. And what we do, and if you already had a quinceañera, we still present you. If you want to be part of it, everybody's invited to be part of the quinceañera. Our goal this year is between 50 to 100 girls. And it's amazing because the way we do it, if they don't have a dress, they can't afford a dress. I already have like 20 dresses donated this year. And this year donated to the campus, so they'll stay with us so the girls can we can use them every year. Our spirit here is very positive. Community, we have an open door policy. And the community has been very, very supportive of BMA. And they know we care about their students. And my slogan once a week is, students respect my teachers, teachers respect my students. Because our first priority here at BMA are our students. And that brings up their spirit. The parents feel very welcome. And we work with them on the House Bill 5-2 on what plan they want to graduate on. And that's very important because they start freshman year. Our counselors go in the spring and work with them when they're 8th graders, so when they're here, we know their career paths, and they're ready. They're ready, and they're very excited because we care. I do duty in the morning, and the parents, I get to meet all the parents. I do duty in the afternoon, bus duty. I do both lunch duties almost every day. Why? Because I want the students to know who their principal is, and we're there to help them, and we're there to support.
This school, named in honor of veterans, houses the Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps program. And in doing so, the campus takes pride in providing opportunities to honor these heroes. For this reason, the school is working closely with the City of San Benito and will host a tribute for all area veterans during a special event scheduled for Monday, October 24th at 6 p.m. in the school's gymnasium. Not only does this campus and others in our district honor veterans, the local community does its part to honor them too. In doing so, the city held a flag-raising ceremony for National POW MIA Recognition Day. VFW Commander Ofelio Munoz Jr. and Victor Garza spoke about the significance of the state.
Today is a POW and a Missing in Action Day to remember a lot of people who never came back from all the wars. It's a very important deal that we're trying to finally find a resting place for the soldiers so they can have some type of, family can have some type of peace and tranquility. There's an old saying that we soldiers, we say, we'll never forget. So it's important we don't forget the sacrifices that all our soldiers are making now and in the future. And we have to honor that. It is for the living to remember and honor the dead. I'm glad that this is happening. San Benito has always been very patriotic, always. But I noticed that the people here in San Benito and the officials here, they strive to do the best they do and getting involved and being very patriotic.
Today's event was the national recognition of POW MIA Recognition Day. The President proclaimed this day. It's the third Friday in September. So today is an opportunity for us as citizens and also veterans to recognize our POWs and MIAs. This is their day. This is our time to reflect and not only think about them, but also think about the families that are left behind. A lot of times we don't think about them. We acknowledge them in Veterans Day and Memorial Day, but this is their day. This is our time to keep focus. The community has come forward in such a positive way. This is one thing that unites us. Politically, sometimes we don't see eye to eye, but when it comes to recognizing our veterans, when it comes to recognizing Memorial Day and what it stands for, we all come together as one community, in which we should. You know, we're here and we're free because of sacrifices of someone. You know, we have our children serving. We have our grandchildren serving. We have our brothers and sisters serving. Let's honor them by getting together and saying thank you. And on Memorial Day, of course, it's very, very important that those that have been lost, have been killed in action, those that, served for us, that they are not forgotten. The biggest thing here is that not only they are not forgotten, but the families. The families sacrifice so much. The husbands, the wives, the children, the grandchildren, the mothers especially. You can see the pain in them, in their eyes, and they carry that for the rest of their lives. So yes, it is important that we tell them thank you for what your son and your daughter have done for us, in order for us to keep our freedom. Without them stepping up, we wouldn't be where we are today.
It is because of the soldiers that we have our freedom. And we will continue to have our freedom as long as we have young men and young women willing to serve the country and protect us.
While our soldiers are away defending our country, elementary students at one school are doing their part to focus on world peace. Landrum Elementary students celebrated World International Peace Day, recruiting help from the city's fire department and capturing an image showing the student body spelling out the word peace.
Well, today is International Peace Day, and so the UN in approximately 2001 designated this day as a day where hopefully all wars, all fighting issues in countries would stop, so that they could actually provide some humanitarian support for the countries and for the people who are living in these war-torn situations.
We got sheets of paper, and we held them up for peace, and it's about peace. Then we took a picture.
The City of San Benito Fire Department has been so wonderful to come out and assist us with this. They bring their ladder truck and they put it way high, and all the kids are, looking up and they take our picture for us. It's just awesome that they are so willing to come and help us do this. And we share our pictures with them because, they are part of our community, and they themselves are working to keep us safe from harm, and so it's really great to be in partnership with them. So I wanted to have our children, the children of Landrum, begin to internalize the idea that we ourselves can affect the world in a positive way. It's up to us to think about peace, and it's up to us to express peace, and to, not just with our friends, and it's not just about bullying, but it's about that bigger picture. But the children, interestingly enough, I think that this is important because the children do understand that there's war out there, that others are living in less safe environments. And we talked about how fortunate we are to have such beautiful schools and to have such safe environments. And the children understood that, and that's where I want them to internalize and to absorb how fortunate they are, and to understand that they can make a difference in the world themselves.
These Landrum students are definitely on their way to becoming leaders. One dynamic group, the Leadership for Educational Equity, is dedicated to empowering Teach for America Corps members and alumni to grow as leaders in their community. They help build the movement for educational equity and recently held their quarterly meeting here at this campus. They also took time to learn about the successes of our other campuses across the district.
Today we're here with the Leaders for Educational Equality. This is a group of people that have come from all over the United States to come and have their meeting here. They're interested in looking at methods that they can promote educational equality throughout our nation in different avenues such as school boards or state representation. And they're here at San Benito High School today to see what we're doing well for our students. Sometimes they meet on the East Coast, West Coast. We're very fortunate to have them here in our district in San Benito CISD today. They're going to be meeting with teachers and administrators throughout the day to gather information about what we're doing in our school system to further education, especially as it pertains to post-secondary education for our students.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting. I was talking to your principal a couple hours ago, and you hear a lot of the same things, even though we're in California in a very different community. We're facing a lot of the same challenges, right? Obviously each community has its own unique challenges, but there's a lot of overlap there, and I think a lot of things that we can learn from one another. I think the main difference I see is that I don't know. To be honest, it feels very similar, right? It feels like we're facing a lot of similar issues in terms of how do we prepare our students for their post-high school opportunities, whether they want to go straight to a four-year college, whether they want to go straight into their careers. There's I think historically high schools haven't done the best job at setting up that success, but I think there's a lot of smart people thinking about how do we do better, right? How do we move to that next level? It's really refreshing to see that here.
The organization is called Leadership for Educational Equity. Overall and aggregately, we are a leadership development organization, but I specifically, and the team visiting this week specifically works on the elected leadership team. So what we do is we focus on recruiting former educators, former teachers, to elected office. So we recruit them to hopefully run for school board, run for different levels of offices. That way that we know we're putting individuals in places where they can make decisions that are in the best interest of students. Because we believe those who have been in the classroom, those who have experienced educational policy, actually have adequate knowledge to make the right decisions, like I said, in the best interest of students.
So we have a I would say moderately strong career technical education. I think the difference is that we partner with other districts in Silicon Valley, and our students, if they're involved in the CTE programs, a lot of times they'll leave campus for the day and they'll go off and do it off-site. Actually, our school board is having our next meeting. We're talking about that. We're talking about the challenges it takes to have some of those things off-site, and we're thinking about kind of onshoring them a bit, right? How do we bring those programs back to our campuses so kids can participate? It was really inspiring to see all the work that people are putting into everything, right? And I know the vision is to be the gold standard in every area, and I see that spirit being demonstrated by the work that's being done. So it's exciting to see.
One group at the Amador A. Rodriguez Juvenile Boot Camp has their sights set on becoming leaders, much like the visiting leaders you just heard about. These students received a second chance to turn their troubled lives around, and in doing so, accomplished their goals by finishing school. 7 cadets earned their general equivalency diploma during the school's first ever graduation ceremony. As you can imagine, these students are grateful for the opportunity at getting that second chance.
The boot camp, this time I've been here, they have showed me that I could do anything, that nothing is impossible until I think it's impossible.
God always has something planned for us, and I am very thankful because He put me in this place. I used to be involved with gangs and drugs. Before I used to do bad things, you know, that at this point I'm very embarrassed of myself because of what I did before. When people would tell me that I wasn't going to be anybody in life, sometimes I'll stick with that and I'll think about going into prison when I was 17 and older because of my past, my family, my uncles. They've always been in prison, so I thought, well, if my family say that I'm going to be the next one, then that's what's going to be.
I wasn't that good of a person before I came to the boot camp. I was a troublemaker, I guess, and in class I would get into arguments with other students. I wouldn't even pay attention to the teacher. I was just on my own, doing my own thing.
Boot camp is just for males. What happens in that is they might be skipping school, it might be drug related, it might be an assault, it might be a felony. It just depends on how many times they've been in the system. After a certain time, the judges say, you know what, we've done probation, we've let you go, you failed your drug test, things like that, anger management issues.
It's been a life-changing experience because it has really made me think more reasonable, if I could say it like that. I see more clear things, like for example, I would get into arguments because I wouldn't understand what when people would try to give me an advice, and now that they try to give me an advice, I see that they're trying to help, not trying to get at me. You know what I'm saying?
Now that I got sent to this placement, I've changed a lot, but not because of myself, but because of the help of the drill instructors here at the boot camp, because of the help of the teachers that motivated me to do the right thing at all times.
We tackle the education in a different way. It's just not about hitting the books all the time. It's also stuff that they like. The students will take a test. These tests will determine pretty much their aptitude, where they're at. Based on those tests, we determine what's needed to make sure the students will pass that test. Students will go through regular school. After that, they go into other classes, which we call enrichment programs. Part of those enrichment is just not teaching math, science, history. We incorporate robotics, we incorporate poetry, we incorporate art. There's a lot of structure, a lot of discipline that goes along with it.
Ever since I got here, I've changed a lot. I know I've done, and I'm happy for myself, for my family, because I know that I'm making them proud.
My family didn't believe in me. Many of them probably said that I wasn't going to be anybody in life, but now that I have my GED in hand, they're really proud of me, and I regret what they said before.
Teamwork is something that I believe in. The other thing is family. Once you enter the boot camp, you are family. That's what I tell them. Family is very important to me. It's something I was raised with, something I was instilled with. And so I take that to heart, that once you enter and you become part of family, you don't get to leave us anymore. We still track them. We still make sure that they succeed. These students, I go check them out at TCC. I make sure that they need anything. Again, that's something that we do here. It's something unique.
I wanted to get my GED. I wasn't going to be able to test, and I wasn't going to get my GED. So I talked to my PO, and she said that it was fine, that I just needed to talk to another person. So they granted me the time. And it's been, I think it was almost 7 months I stayed here.
First time ever that we know of a boot camp in Texas having a program with students in the GED.
And now that I'm attending TSTC, I think different. I think positive of myself, and I know I can accomplish many goals that I set for myself.
They've taught me how to be strong-minded, how to never give up on my goals and what I believe.
The youth, never give up on yourself, and stay positive, and thank them, and just stay positive, I guess.
Others across town are making a difference, not only in their school, but in their own community. Matthew Barlow, sponsor for the Miller Jordan Middle School Leadership Officer Training Corps program, and the cadets sponsored a food drive for the local food pantry.
Teachers here called and said they wanted to do a food drive for the San Benito Food Pantry, and I can't tell you how honored I am that they did this and blessed. This will go a long way with our clients.
That's on deck.
The purpose of this project was to help people in need with food. It was a fun experience because we got to help others that don't have things.
Makes us feel like we're making a difference, because if I have somebody else telling me, hey, you're helping feeding 3 of our kids here, you're helping this mother put food on their child's plate, that's what we're here for. I mean, if we can make a difference like that, it's a good lesson to learn, especially at an age this young.
It took 3 to 4 weeks to collect all the cans.
Goodness, I estimate 1,000 plus pounds on that trailer. It's wonderful. I can't believe the amount they got. I'm impressed.
They did amazing. Way more than what I expected. We collected over 600 items to give the local food bank, and I'm more than thrilled out of the participation that we've had. They've done a great job.
Felt really great helping other people because a lot of people don't have things that we have out there. It felt good because the teacher that was picking up the cans felt really grateful with us.
For them to learn what this pantry's all about, they could be our future there. You know, and so I always try to go in and talk to the children after they do this. It's quite an honor for me.
It's our hometown. We have to take care of our home. If we don't do it, nobody else will. So we might as well start now.
It's obvious that the district strongly encourages leadership opportunities, and it goes beyond just our students. We all know that leadership starts at the top. With that in mind, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Adrian Vega introduced the Instructional Leadership Academy and the Leadership Prep Academy, where deans, principals, assistant principals, and others are working diligently to build better leadership opportunities.
We have our bi-monthly Instructional Leadership Academy, and so on Tuesdays and Thursdays we pull together all campus leadership, and what I mean by that is the principals, assistant principals, deans, and then also the RTI instructors on campus. And so when you think about the instructional focus of the campus, that's what we are engaged in every single session.
The training from Region 1 and reiterates the fact that it starts with instructional leaders. It starts with us, and everybody involved is a part of the system. We as a team have the biggest impact on our students. We are the leaders of our campuses, and it will impact our teachers, which will impact our students, which will impact our culture, which will help everybody.
What was one takeaway from Chapter 1? Just one idea. And you're going to report out as a table, right? But you're going to discuss it among yourselves. High-performing, high-functioning districts and organizations really center themselves around or build upon culture and climate, which is how people feel and they want to be in that environment. So whether it's students, whether it's adults, parents, the culture and climate, right? And the second thing is an intentional focus on adult learning, growing the adults in terms of their capacity to do the job that they're doing. Investing in its professionals in terms of learning together, engaged in conversation, engaged in new thought, stretching ourselves so that we can become better administrators, so that we can become better teachers, so that we can become better employees. If we're able to do that, then the end result is going to be different, because by the very nature of us being engaged in work, we're going to be different.
We were very excited to hear that we move forward with the ideas that we have for this district, that we will be the gold standard in everything that we do. Our main goal is for our students to progress. Our main aspirations for our students is that they will be successful as they move on.
Leadership Prep Academy is to promote our teens, assistant principals, aspiring principals, to reflect on what they do on a daily basis. And also, Dr. Vega has provided a number of books, support, mentoring. So I'm really excited about the Leadership Prep Academy. I think everything they're going to be learning in the Leadership Prep Academy, they're able to take it with them, reflect on it, able to act also at the campus. Anytime they interview for positions, upper positions, they're able to use these skills and what they've learned here at the Leadership Prep Academy.
Today was the first meeting of our Leadership Prep Academy. It's the first cohort for San Benito. Well, I think Dr. Vega's vision is that we will be working with administrators in the district that were chosen to build better leadership for our campuses, to build better leaders for our district and for our students above all.
I'm so excited. I really am excited because at one point I was an assistant principal also, and just having that mentoring from our superintendent, having that mentoring from each other and the networking, I think that's really, really great.
I think the students will benefit from these leadership meetings. The ideas, the conversations that colleagues will be having across the district will better their teachers, will better the staff, and it'll trickle down to the students, which is what we strive to do, is better our culture.
Leading and learning is important for children and adults, but so is staying healthy. 2 campuses enjoyed a Jump with Jill event, the world's only rock and roll nutrition show that teaches students that eating healthy and staying active is great for the body.
My name is Jill, and this is the Jump with Jill show.
Jump with Jill is the world's only rock and roll nutrition show. We celebrate healthy habits through music and dance. So we make healthy cool. The Texas Farm Fresh Jump with Jill Live Tour is traveling to 20 elementary schools and 20 child care centers across the Valley of Texas, thanks to the Texas Department of Agriculture and Commissioner Sid Miller's Farm Fresh Friday initiative. At Jump with Jill, we engage, educate, and inspire students to make healthy choices for themselves. We hope that kids will leave the show knowing that it is their job to take care of their one body, so they should fuel their body with the best types of food so they can have energy to get them through the entire day.
I'm Renee Zielinski. I play Jill in the Jump with Jill show. Jump with Jill is the world's only rock and roll nutrition show. So I'm Jill and I star in it, and we empower kids to make healthy choices by singing and dancing about it. It's important to let them know that they only have one body that they're going to get for their entire lives, and it's important for them to take care of their body because this is my body. Healthy is good for me, my body. Take a good look at me, my body.
We're having a Jump with Jill, a presentation where we have Jill, who is our special presenter for today, who is promoting good eating, healthy habits, including all the food groups in your meals, including fruits and vegetables and protein and dairy and all the important things that students should be eating. I think they're having a blast, and I think all the music that that she incorporated into the presentation is going to stick with them. And just down the hall for like the past couple of weeks, we can hear the students singing the songs, saying low fat milk and things like that when they're making their choices at breakfast time, at lunchtime. So I really think it's really going to stick with them.
I want them to know that it's their choice to take care of their body because they're going to have it their entire lives.
The students had a lot of fun. I totally enjoyed watching them interacting with Jill and how she was able to bring out the fun in everybody and everybody just having a great time out there.
As we close today's Insider, you've learned about the outstanding things happening at Veterans Memorial Academy. And you've also learned what other schools are doing across our district. We've also talked to you about the importance of recognizing area veterans, providing for the people of our community, spreading the message of world peace, stressing the importance of leadership, and accomplishing goals, and also the need to stay healthy. We hope that our students and staff have inspired you to do the things that will make a difference, both in our schools and in our community. We hope that you've enjoyed this edition of The Insider. We'll see you next time.